The more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dark, and what I mean by that is after last week's episode, which was a bit of a break from the norm, 12 matches, 65 minutes, we're back to doing 2+ hour editions. 2 hours, 15 minutes, 17 matches, and that's fucking ridiculous for a B show. Last week's episode was perfect. Maybe you could have done 17 matches and, I don't know, an hour and 45 minutes, because some of these matches went twice as long as they fucking needed to. There is no excuse for a B show to go this goddamn long. They're giving the talents a payoff, and maybe either they'll earn an AEW contract or get bigger payouts from other companies in the future, and that's fucking great. But seriously, this isn't even too much of a good thing. It's just too much of a thing, to the point where I'm like, okay, enough already. Anyway, Brian Cage with Hook took on John Skyler. Quick, powerbomb, drill claw, 1, 2, 3. Let's move on. Serpentico with Luther versus Lee Johnson with Arn Anderson. This was fine. Serpentico actually can work. I think he would be fine as a single. He's not really that good working with Luther because he's having to do all the work because Luther can't fucking do anything, but I don't mind Serpentico. I think Lee Johnson has a ton of potential. Low DDT for 2, Fisherman variation for 2, Blue Thunderbomb, 1, 2, 3. Lee Johnson gets a victory. This is good. Now we have Eddie Kingston versus J.D. Drake. I've heard of J.D. Drake, and you know what? Guy can work. He's got a territorial style and look, and I mean that as an utmost compliment. He could have fit in the territories as a big brawler, and he laid in some heavy chops and strikes. He did miss a moonsault later, spinning back fist, 1, 2, 3, but Drake had a good showing here. Kingston gave him a lot, and still looked like he got a dominant victory. This was pretty good. We then get Brooke Havoc with Cody Rhodes, who has a headset on and says, okay, I accompanied you out here. I'm fucking leaving. And she took on Layla Hirsch. Brooke looks like the best friend of the final girl in a horror movie. I don't know why I thought that, but it's probably because I fucking love horror movies. And she kind of just looks painfully generic. She, however, will get better because she's just out of the Nightmare Factory school. And Layla is very good. And Brooke got in a few strikes, but we get the armbreaker for the win. Women's tournament recaps to hype up the Bleacher Report special this Sunday, which is apparently at 4 p.m. my time. I'm on the West Coast, so, adjust your calendars accordingly. And I'm excited for that. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how this does, in the numbers, given the fact that the women haven't been really featured on Dynamite all that much, but they're gaining a chance to broaden the social media reach. You guys should be checking out the women's tournament shows that have been on YouTube, last week's and this week's, because they actually have been pretty good overall. Anyway, I just want the women to be featured on Dynamite a little bit more. I mean, sweet Christ, it's a 2-hour show, and some of those matches don't need to go that goddamn long. Rectify it by not making it 50-50. Make it 30-70. Just do something more with the women. Anyway, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Angel Fashion and VSK. Taz singing Jungle Boy's theme is pretty goddamn funny. This was pretty quick. We get the powerbomb combo, 1, 2, 3. QT Marshall with Nick Comoroto, who I think has a very bright future in AEW, and I mean that with the utmost compliment, because he really fucking has a great goddamn look. And he took on JJ Garrett, who kind of reminded me of Scott Steiner, a little bit smaller, but the tights and the hair kind of reminded me of Scott Steiner. He has some potential. He does. I would like to see more of what this guy can do, because he got to show off some pretty good moves here. We got the Diamond Cutter, 1, 2, 3. QT Marshall getting the victory. And Max Caster with Anthony Bowens versus Marco Stunt. Who left Jungle Boy in the dryer? It's Donnie from the Wild Thornberries. Max Caster cutting Marco Stunt down, which is difficult to do because he's already so goddamn short, he could walk under the bottom rope without ducking. I don't know why Caster didn't beat him in a minute, but he did a superplex and elbow off the top, 1, 2, 3. Please do not have Marco Stunt in the goddamn wrestling ring. It's fucking embarrassing. You want to have him as a mascot? Fine. Don't feature him in the ring. It's too unfucking believable. I'm not much of a sizist, but I just fucking groan every time I see him wrestle. Because whether he can do some stuff or not, it's not fucking believable. There are certain levels to this shit. Anyway, I do like Caster and Bowens, and hopefully the Acclaim maybe hold Tag Team Championship gold in 2021. Or sometime in early 2022. Anyway, Silver and Reynolds of the Dark Order took on Louis Valley and Chris Peaks. Not Twin Peaks. This was fine. Silver got a nice double Samoan drop. That was pretty impressive. And Dark Destroyer, 1, 2, 3. If it seems like I'm skipping through some of these, it's because why take too long to recap a 2-hour and 15-minute show when a lot of the matches just existed? Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Fuego Del Sol. Good to see Kip back in the ring. Apparently he was injured, and it's good to see that he's recovered. Del Sol hit a nice backbreaker into a flatliner. Deathly Hallows from Kip Sabian, however, 1, 2, 3. So we get to match number 10, Varsity Blondes, Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. Griff Garrison has definitely improved, and they took on Sean Dean and Charlie Bravo. I think this team of Dean and Bravo could actually be pretty damn good, and I'd like to see, because apparently they both served in the armed forces, and credit to them and credit to anybody who serves in the armed forces. Tougher than I'll ever be. Let go of his nipple was a line from Taz. There was actual nipple clamping here. Ouch. Not quite like that Tales from the Crypt movie. I don't remember which one. Was it Bordello Blood? I think it was. Don't know why I remembered that all of a sudden. This went a bit long, though. We got a dropkick bomb 1, 2, 3. But that being said, Dean and Bravo did have a pretty... Dean and Bravo just sounds like a Johnny Bravo cosplay gone wrong. But anyway, dropkick bomb 1, 2, 3. Varsity Blondes get the victory. Aaron Solo versus Ryan Nemeth. I am Mrs. Nemeth. That's all I fucking think of is just a variation of that line from Toy Story. That being said, this is okay. I just didn't care. At this point, I stopped caring. It was well wrestled. Avalon and Cesar Bononi are on stage watching both. Apparently Avalon likes to watch. And Neckbreaker 1, 2, 3. QT Lee and Camarado Q Lee Marshall, if you will. They run off Cesar and Avalon. Then we have Evelyson and Diamante versus Miranda, Elizae, and Renee Michelle. Why the fuck does Evelyson look like she doesn't give a goddamn shit anytime she's in the ring? She's been wrestling for how goddamn long? Nearly 2 decades, and it looks like she doesn't care. Fucking stupid. Elizae got double teamed repeatedly and then pinned 1, 2, 3. Renee did some nice moves in this as well. This did get awkward. Got really awkward. It was like a couple minutes too long, but maybe they were just trying to fit in too much shit. They were like, hey, they got mixed up. These things happen. Top Flight versus Tony Vega and Steve Stetson. Stetson is easy for you. If you get that reference, by God, you are just as weird as I am. I like Top Flight. This also went long, but you know what? It wasn't bad. Launching dropkick in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Bear Country, Sonny Kiss, and Joey Janela versus M. Badu, Levi Shapiro, Dan Joseph, and Eric Fry. Shapiro and Joseph were on Primetime Live, various episodes, and I was impressed with what they both could do. I was happy to see them here. I like Bear Country. Sonny, I think Sonny's about hit his ceiling. I hope they feature him a little bit better, but I don't know if they're going to. But I like Bear Country. And they got a very bright future. And Big Splash pins Shapiro 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's it. Avalon and Cesar Bononi versus Ryzen and Baron Black. I do think Baron Black can, be beneficial to the AEW roster. I've been impressed with some of the stuff he could do. And Cesar tosses Avalon onto Baron 1, 2, 3. So nope, they couldn't even have Ryzen take the pin. Nothing against Ryzen. I just think Baron Black has a brighter future. Kylan King versus Tesha Price. Easy for me to say. I think Kylan King is dynamite in the goddamn ring, and I'm not talking about the show. I think she is statuesque, she is talented, she's beautiful. Tesha Price starting to show a little more psycho mentality here. Hopefully she doesn't buy a hotel near a mansion, or otherwise, oh boy, don't check the fruit cellar. And if you get that one, God, you were just as crazy as I am. But seriously, I didn't mind this, and Kylan King got the victory with, Kylan Drop or whatever it's fucking called. I actually don't know what the name of it is. 1, 2, 3. Nice little match, though. This is one of the better matches on Dark. SCU versus TH2 versus the Seidel Bros. This was fine. I don't care about TH2, even though Angelico and Evans aren't bad, and I love SCU. The Seidel Bros are fine. Reverse DDT pins Evans 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's really about it. That's about the quickest I can do a 17 match show. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.